it's amazing how we have created a community of people that not only just thriving. Yes, I know that we are all tending towards the thriving in relationships and marriages, but of people that are intentional, of people that have opened their minds and they want better. On the inside of you, you know that there is better, there is more to this. This is not where we are supposed to be. The only funny thing is, to some people it's just one-sided. To some people it's not like both sides, that is the man and the woman. It's just maybe the woman that is embracing this and it's the man that is embracing this. But I will tell you that the beginning of everything is you having the knowledge and having the awareness that there is more to this and we can do better than we are currently doing. Then you become open-minded to learning, to unlearn and to relearn things that are going to propel your marriage into being better.
Yes, we love this space, and I will say every time I have to sit on this set and discuss anything to do with marriage, I'm reminded of one thing, that marriage in our day and age has an opportunity to set pace for the next generation.
Yeah.
If you are out there and you have something to celebrate about your marriage, please put it out there. If you must say something nice about your marriage, put it out there.
Tell your story.
Put your picture with your wife. Celebrate her. Celebrate him. Let marriage be celebrated.
Yeah.
If it cannot be celebrated, someone's agenda is to bring it down, to kill it completely. And I would say they are almost there. Hilda,
they have everything it takes.
Let me tell you, girls today, without shame, will tell you all that I need is a sperm donor. Someone has worked so hard to make you believe that marriage is that useless.
Yeah. It's painful.
That a normal family is useless. All that you need, at least before you die, is just have a child. And you don't care who
you get the child from.
Someone has been pushing that evil agenda, and they are achieving it. While you are enjoying the fruits of a happy marriage, quietly,
and keeping quiet.
Please don't. We don't have
so much time here.
No. If you're out there, I know that there are lots of challenges that come with facing your demons out there. Mostly if you must put your marriage out there. But at least belong to a marriage fellowship. Even if it's just in your community, invite some 5-10 people and begin a home marriage fellowship or something. At least breathe some life into marriages. Breathe some hope into the singles, and belong to it. If you're in a church, at least join the marriage committee, family marriage something, or breathe hope into them and give them reason to believe that it's good.
And it's very possible. And so we want to pick up from where we left off. For those of you that are just watching this for the first time, in the previous episode, we talked about the benefits that come with letting a man lead. And yes, we generally were talking about a man taking his position, what it means for a man to be able to take his position. But again, while we talk about this and it seems like an ideal, that is exactly what we are supposed to have, there are so many struggles that people are struggling with, and they're saying, you know what, Tim, you don't know what I'm going through. Hilda, you don't know what I'm going through. I have this man that is passive, that is unsure. You've talked about a man that has a vision, a man that vision casts, a man that professes, protects, and provides. But I have a man, and I don't know where I got this man from, because I didn't see it while we were dating. But now in marriage, it is so vivid that he is completely passive, aloof, not aloof, but passive and unsure. Totally. So I have nothing to follow. I have ended up the leader in this marriage by default, and I am not enjoying. I'm breaking, because the burden of leadership and providing and vision casting and everything now is down to me. What do? I still love my marriage. I still love my
marriages are different, and all marriages will experience difficulties or challenges differently. What I could be facing
is not what another is facing.
Exactly. But then when you face it, the issue is we have a challenge. How do you go about it? That should be able to tell a lot about how much you're determined to make this marriage work. It doesn't just stop at complaining. Mostly if you have a man who is passive. A man who is passive has a history. It's coming from somewhere. And it's rather unfortunate that you probably have to bring the awareness and do a little bit more as a woman to help your man gain ground. And while we are dealing with that, there's one who has just chosen to take that road intentionally.
To be aloof.
To be aloof.
Yeah.
But others, as I said, it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the upbringing. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, I was watching a movie about this young man who was raised by an uncle. And an uncle who only abused him. And by abusing him, I mean emotionally, physically, you know. So he sense of self-worth, zero.
Torn apart.
Yes. Self-esteem, zero.
No
Confidence, zero. Not secure at all. And there was this particular incident that really touched me. He takes this guy for he takes this young boy for hunting. And the boy is trying to aim to shoot a deer. And he second guesses himself on shooting, and a dog barks, their dog, the hunting dog, and the deer runs away. And you should see how this uncle treated this young man, slapping him, pushing him, calling him worthless, calling him useless, and etc. and etc. They get back home, he gives the boy a gun and tells the boy, shoot the dog. And the boy loved his dog. He's hesitating again on shooting the dog. And then he starts name calling and insulting and using every form of language. And this boy turned and shot
the uncle.
Now, when you follow, because it's an interesting movie, when you follow this boy's life, okay, the trend continued all through. Low self-esteem, because after that he goes to jail. Of course, whatever that happened in jail is an extension of the abuse.
Exactly.
Okay.
You have to fend for yourself. You have to.
When he gets out of jail, he is told, people like you that are violent have a place in government. We call them killing machines. We can turn you into a killing machine. We'll pay you well. You'll travel the world, but we want you to just be a killing machine. So it becomes robotic. And all of a sudden, he ends up finding someone that he calls a best friend. And now he feels a sense of belonging to a home and a family.
Yeah.
But then, undoing his past does not just happen
overnight. Yeah.
Now, think about this young man falling in love with a woman like you.
Yeah.
And we're telling him about leadership.
Yeah. Like he just doesn't know where it starts from and where it goes.
You get the point.
He has never seen it in his life.
You're meeting him at 25 or 26.
He has feelings because he's a normal human
being.
Yes,
he's fallen in love with you.
Yeah.
And you've begun a family. But he doesn't even understand what it means to lead. When you back, he goes into his shell because that's what he saw while growing.
Yeah. That's all he received.
Yes, exactly. So his life is surrounded by misery,
fear,
everything. It's a buffet of so many uglies. You understand? And he can't confidently communicate, not because takuagala, not because takufako, but he's afraid you're going to judge him because that's all that he has seen while growing up. Yeah. So even when he sees something good, he second guesses himself on commenting on something good because it is not sure the kind of response you're going to give him. So we have such men who've gone through, they've been traumatized. They have gone through a lot. Now, going back to what you were talking about, if you find yourself, you're married to someone like that, then there's a bit of work on your hands.
To understand their roots, where they're coming from, what affected them, and where this passivity is coming from. Because most of the times we want to deal with the symptoms. Dealing with the symptoms, that leads us to name calling, It leads us to labeling. It leads us to abandoning them. It leads us because you have not taken time to understand where is this coming from. Tebakyekoza bwekoza, but it is coming from somewhere. There is a fear that is deep-seated, a fear of being rejected, a fear of being abandoned, a fear of not pleasing you.
And even rejection.
Even rejection, yeah, of not even pleasing you, of getting to your standards, because they were not good enough while growing. And now they're like, even if I attempt to do anything, I will not be as good. So I better resign to not doing anything and be safe. They feel safe in not doing anything instead of doing something and someone backs at them, or they fall short, or they are misjudged or something like that. So if you can be able to look at the childhood wounds and be able to even speak to them and encourage them into trying.
But then that takes you to something. You as a woman must be involved.
Yes.
And must be willing to help.
Yes. You must be present to understand,
involved,
to know.
Because in most cases, we end at, and this is a mistake that we do while we are in relationships, or when we are dating. The time when you are dating is when you should know a lot or a little bit more about the person that you're going to get married to. Because then it gives you room to choose whether to take it on or leave. So some of the questions, or some of the hard questions that are supposed to be asked while we are dating, are never asked because of fear of losing your partner. Sometimes you see a real huge red flag, but you try to cover it up with a certain name. You try to baptize it something that suits your fears. Or you try to baptize it with something that you think will cover up for what you wouldn't be ready to address. Whatever that you don't want to address during dating and relationship time, you'll have to address it even in a bigger way when you're married. Because that's them, and they're only showing you who they are. You know, you can hide, but you can't hide forever. And the opportunity here that you have while you are still dating and while you're still in a relationship is, when you see something that does not make a lot of sense, ask the questions. You're better off and a lot safer asking these questions now than when you are done, when you are married, when you have a ring on. Okay? Because there is more misery, disappointment, and hurting there. Now, the reason as to why I've brought that up is, that means you get to know that the upbringing of my boyfriend, my fiancé, my lover, the man I'm going to get married to, are A, B, C, D, and Z. Because it will not hide or jakubidaba. How? When you are dating this person, you will feel that they are not confident to say certain things. Don't call it shy. Don't call it respect. Don't baptize it with any name. Okay? Confront it. At least manya chivawa. Trust me, that's when you will open up. Because in most cases, when you catch them well in a lovely and inviting manner and respectful way, they open up. They will tell you, nakuzibwa my mother-in-law, or nakuzibwa, sorry, I meant stepmother. Nakuzibwa, my stepmother.
And this is transpired.
Yes. And you know, this is how my stepmother treated me. Obajja kugamba nti I was raised by strangers. I was never raised in a normal home where there is a father and a mother. I grew up in a home. What do they call them? Orphanage.
Orphanage, yeah.
Okay, but how will you get that? You can only get to the bottom of that when you sense something and are willing to address it. So at that point, you have at least 20% of what you expect when you get married. And then when you get married, you can't shy away from helping that person because then you are aware that is the kind of man that I'm married.
You know how to make them feel safe?
Yes.
Even when they don't feel capable, because so many of them, they feel like they don't have the capability, even when it comes to money or financial status. they feel like, you know what, I earn very little money. Not knowing that that little money can be enough if they actually strategically plan for it and lead well. So most of the times they will coil back, and because in this generation, women are used to either earning more and being go-getters and being everything. So now you end up actually enabling his incapability instead of showing him that you are still the woman in your position and helping him to step up as the leader. Because if you enable the incapability, he is going to be incapable for the rest of your life.
And some of these men also have a problem of lying. They tell themselves a lie, they believe the lie and pass on the lie to you. And usually they are trying to compensate for what they never got. So they will lie about their upbringing. They will lie about their finances. They will lie about their school. They will lie about almost everything.
Wanting to please you?
Exactly. Because he thinks if he tells you the real him, you will not. Yes, you might. You know. So he will lie to you. I grew up in America, and you live in force or forge an accent.
I have this kind of land. Wow. Yeah, that's true. So you're falling in love with a false picture of a person, and yet inside, that means inside of him, he's a timid young boy that cannot even step up to lead. Because if you lie or meet certain things, leaders, I think the biggest virtue of a leader is truth.
Yeah, that's true.
The biggest virtue of a leader
that's why when we
is truth.
That's why the leaders, politicians, in most cases, our themes are integrity. Truth.
I know. I'm not talking about politicians. I know. I understand.
I'm just giving an example that we sell that more.
Exactly, because that is what is expected.
That's what's expected.
Should practice integrity.
But then, Hilda, I want you to pay a little bit more attention to this kind of guy who lies. He is trying to impersonate. He's trying to compensate. He has to keep lying.
With bigger lies.
With even bigger lies. And trust me, you'll be able to tell that the kind of person you are dating is trying to create an imaginary life that he does not have.
If you have that discernment.
So when he tells you that I have 10 acres on Entebbe Road, tell him, take me, I want to see the land. Because that's how you undo it, and that's how you help them. And that's the reason as to why Abasinga will fear to confront that head on, but only be disappointed in the marriage. Tell him that I want to see the land. I want to see the land title. I want to see. Then, at that point, he'll come up with another lie, and another lie, and another lie. So, when those lies, as I said, he will forge an accent and tell you he flies first class. Sometimes he will lie to you that his
passport he does not even have.
I'm in Dubai, or I'm in the US, or I'm in Canada. You know, last week I was in such and places that he has never been. He will lie and lie. Problem is not just about the lying; it's about the upbringing. That whatever that he imagined growing up never came to pass.
He cannot reconcile that fact.
So the best is to create a life that he would have had. I think there was someone that we know together that, and this was a lady, unfortunately. And one of, there are so many.
I went to school in France.
Lies, so many lies. But
I work in oil and gas.
all these lies, thing is, probably that's what they would have wished for themselves, but it never came to pass. Another one told me, I want to build a house of $1 million.
That one also.
I work in White House. I work in White House.
I know.
In the White House.
I know.
And all of that, there's something they are communicating to you. They are telling you that's what I would have wanted for myself, but
but I failed.
So reconciling that life with the truth becomes very hard. Now you don't want to wait until you get into a marriage for you to be able to deal with that.
Unearth all that.
You will be in a lot of trouble and a lot of pain, a lot of it. So you deal with it. Now, while dealing with it, you unearth the real them, because then they have to get to a place where now they open up and tell you the truth about them. And when that happens, you are one step in the right direction. You are getting them into the right path and the right road that they should be taking in as far as their lives are concerned. So when a woman finds herself in a place where the man is inadequate, very passive, does not lead, and etc. and etc. and etc. Point being, there is always a root cause. It's coming from somewhere.
So, don't deal with the symptoms. Look for the root cause. And after you find the root cause, it's not time to shame them.
Absolutely.
It's not time to call them names. It's actually time to make sure that you encourage them into being who you want them to be.
Because now you are reconciling their past
and now
the present and the future you want.
Yes.
A reconciliation of those three is tough. The past about them cannot change. So even if you name call, even if you insult them, even if you say whatever that you need to say, you will only be deeping them into more pain, more resentment, and everything. Okay? So respect yourself enough to know
the past cannot change.
Yes, the past cannot change. But I have some power about what I can do right now. That's why I said it's a reconciliation of the past I know, the present, and the future that I want. So the future I want can only be scripted by what I'm doing presently. Right now. So what I'm doing presently is to create the future that I want. So I handle the past with a lot of wisdom.
And the past is about being accepted. That this is what happened, and I'm not going to change it. But again, what has it created? It has created an incapable man. It has created a fearful man, a man without self-worth, a man without confidence. And this is the present that we are dealing with. Now, the moment you shame them, insult them, or label them, that means forever they are going to stay in the limbo of where they are right now, in the fear. But just like you said, if you want the future to be different, that means you handle the present.
And I'll tell you, it's even worse. It's even worse with that kind of man hearing those words from the wife. They would rather hear it at the neighborhood. They would rather hear it at their workplace. Or by some uncle.
Not the person they love.
Not the person they love. Because the person they love, it's like putting a seal. It's like getting the last nail on that coffin.
It's the last endorsement,
Exactly.
So whatever you say sticks more than anything else. Because it cuts deeper into the emotions of who they are. So that means you speak to who he is becoming. You call out who he is becoming. And even if it's about money, that means you're able to sit down and plan and involve him. He might not show up today, he might not show up tomorrow, but just like we said, it's not going to be a 360 turn all at the same time. But even if he gives you 20%, that means he's moving in the right direction. And that means that you keep nudging him in the right direction. You're not going to do this job forever, but at least for now, you are his accountability partner to make sure that you change the rudder and to face where you want it to go. And that means still staying in your place as a submissive woman and a respectful woman. It doesn't mean take the steering wheel and be the leader and cast the vision and be macho and say, you know what, because there are women who have said that. If he ever wants to lead, he will lead. If he ever wants to provide, he will provide. If he ever wants him to matter to us, he will. But until then, I'm doing my own thing. That means he's forever going to stay on the sideline. And guess what? Sometimes they don't stay on the sideline. They will look for someone that is willing to submit, for someone that sees them for something, calls them sees something. And sometimes they get it from outside. Someone looks at a girl, maybe at a workplace or at a shop somewhere, looks at him and sees potential. And they know what to do with that wildcat and what to say. And all of a sudden they make a king out of him.
Yep, absolutely.
So you see how two different women can bring out a totally different man out of a man.
Absolutely.
Where one is willing to still submit, still respect, and still call out greatness from this person, and where one is just saying that, you know what, I don't want this too much work. All I want is to keep proceeding and to keep going. I don't have time to slow down because of anyone. And yet you're building a home forever. This home is not just for today or tomorrow. It is a legacy. It is an empire that you're building for the rest of your life. So that means you're not in a rush. No one is pushing you to rush. If it's financial integrity that needs to change, change it slowly. Change it with prayer. And some of the crucial things that people neglect are praying together. There is nothing that beats your partner hearing your prayer about your family. It's more like vision casting for the family. You are praying, but you're praying for unity. You're praying for increment. You're praying for solidarity as a team to face the winds of this world together. You're saying, you know, we want to build this and we want to do this. And so he's hearing all these prayers. That means he's also changing the compass of his prayers because you're holding hands and praying together. You're reading a scripture every day. That means you're encouraging him to join the men forums, you know, so that he can hear what men are talking about. You're encouraging him to attend fellowship, whatever it is, to read books. That means you're only saying, I'm not going to take your place, but I'm going to help you and support you.
Are such women there?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I don't know.
They are there. They are few, but they are there.
And a reason as to why I asked that, Hilda, if there were 5 women who can be able to do the things that you were saying, trust me. You see this call of sane marriages, sober marriages, good marriages that we keep talking about will not be a mountain to climb. Trust me. In most cases, and I'll tell you, in most cases, when a woman senses incapability of a man to lead, I don't know why they are so fast to put them on the side and take the leadership. I don't know why it is so simple for a woman to think that sidelining a man and taking his place is one of the best ways of securing a future for our family. I don't know why. I'll tell you another version. I gave you one from the movie. The other version, we're dealing with a generation, most especially here in Uganda and world over anyway, where most of the men between 25 to 35 have not had the experience of being raised in a family where there is a husband and a wife. Most of them have been raised by a mother who was trying to be husband and wife. I mean, was trying to be father and mother to them. And they completely failed. In that, these young men have not known
the role of a father in a home.
And have not tested it at all. All that they have been raised up to be is dependent.
That's true. On handouts.
They are dependent. Because a woman, in most cases, thinks, whatever you were supposed to do as a man, if I am to do it, I must do it well. Now this is what happens. If she's to provide, she will provide double.
She'll overcompensate.
And that is compensation. Now, for us, if they bring me a list of things to be taken to school, I'm like, do you really need this? I'll ask hard questions. I'll challenge your list. And I'll ask you to get on table with me. We prioritize better. Now, that's a man. I'll not just get the man and give it to you. I'll ask so many hard questions. But in a case where the father is missing, the wife or the muchala, the woman, thinks, if I ask the hard questions, I might lose them. I already lost my husband. I don't want to lose my son. Not knowing is creating a monster. It's creating a burden to the community. Because then what are you telling them? You're telling them, whatever you ask must be given. If it's not given, get a gun, or rob someone, or kill someone, or do something. That's why we've had experiences of young men who are married and they can get into a woman's bag and steal money.
Dependence.
So I've brought out that,
it's painful, and that's what's happening in this generation.
And he's also married. He also has a wife.
In this generation, and those kinds of men, are not now. They are different from the traumatized ones that we talked about. Now these ones are what do we call entitled? And they are all over in other skirts, because for a woman to take her position and say, I see a good thing in this man, but I see that he feels he's incapable because of his past and how he was molded and everything. I want to step in and be able to help, not from a place of being a leader, but from a place of submission and respect, while I nudge him and pray him into his position. Now, it is very hard to do it for the current generation of people who are entitled, and they feel like, I want it, and I want it now, and if you don't give it, I will have another woman who will give it to me. And so the woman is like, you know what? Go and get it from other women. Go and get it from other women. I am not your mother, and I am not going to give you handouts, and I'm not going to be, because how do you pray for a man that you give handouts to, that steals from you, that is a womanizer, that is dirty, cannot even bathe, that has all wrong friends and sleeps in a bar, are all in the same he is a man, and he wants to be a man by force. A man is not because you have a penis. Being a man is not because you put on trousers. Being a man is responsibility. Responsibility. And we can see a responsible man, even when he's fearful, even when he's traumatized, we can see a responsible man. We can see that there is gold in this soil, that there is silver in this rubble, and so can we wash off the rubble and the soil and remain with the silver?
Absolutely.
Then that is the duty of a woman that is diligent, that wakes up in the morning, the one that we call the Proverbs 31, the one that they talk about, the one that wakes up and puts her house in order and goes, and he's a merchant, she buys things, and she makes the man proud at the gates. But there is no way an entitled man will sit at the gate playing cards and a woman would want to cause pride to that man. No.
So let's a little bit, because I brought in that to try and deal with some of the complications. In a case where a woman is married to a man who's been raised by a single parent, and in this case being a mother, how much burden, how much weight, how much tolerance and endurance must a woman take in that place to make the marriage work? Because while we are discussing all of this, these are some of the things that, or some of the issues that you will find that out of 10 marriages, 7 are married to a man that was raised by a single parent, and in this case being a mother. All that he has known is someone provides for me. Someone does my laundry. Someone pays rent. Someone fuels the car. There's someone who washes the car. Gives me money for shopping.
There are some single mothers that have brought up good children.
I would want to meet them.
Those are few, but there are those.
I would want to meet them.
There are those that have told their boys, get out of the house, go and work, and actually we are depending on you.
I would want to meet them.
But those now, I will make a twist. Those are the struggling ones. You realize that children that come from a bit of struggling homes, where the mother is like, olina wo to say, now it ko, never know. These children are pushed into responsibility when they are still young. It looks like it's a bad thing, but it becomes a good thing, that they learn to be responsible. Those that are coming from homes where the mother has everything, you cry for something and it is there. You're given all the money that you need. And these women are hardworking, they're go-getters, and they have everything figured out.
Did you know that children punish their mothers for the separation that happened between them?
Yes.
Kakati, there is a husband dying and you're a widow. There is a man leaving because of your bad manners. Because of
bad manners, yeah. Oh, that is even worse.
Okay? Yeah. And then there is a man leaving because of selfishness.
Of his bad manners.
And his bad manners. Those are all different.
And children tell the difference.
And they tell the difference.
Even if they are young.
In most cases, is when a woman wanted the man's place. Because we're talking about leadership.
Yes.
The man tolerated it for a while until he couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
And eventually left.
And the woman overcompensates.
And the woman is compensating because he doesn't want to get into the bad books of the son.
Yeah. And now
I don't want you to blame me for your father leaving.
So I will give you everything.
So I'll give you everything.
To cover up everything.
Or you're going to get
those are entitled. Those are
entitled. Because those ones are there.
They're there. There's few single mothers that bring up.
Where, and I wouldn't call them even single mothers. I think I would want to find a different name for them because some of them are actually real widows.
Some of them are widows.
The husband died.
And then some of them men left them because of the men's bad manners.
Husband died and she did not remarry.
Yeah. Those are
and then
widows.
What she did is raise her children because those ones are there and doing extras to support the mother. That's different.
And there are those whose father left because of his own bad manners.
That's
and the children know.
That's
they also
different.
end up a bit better.
Yes, that's different. Because that's
true. They will basket all single mothers in the same thing. Yeah, that's very true. But again, it becomes so hard. The ones that you're talking about, the ones that overcompensation was, they end up doing drugs. They end up having bad friends. They end up having debts everywhere. They end up
they're spoiled.
They're uncontrolled.
They are spoiled.
But again,
spoiled.
They're the ones that are so easy to tell people that they love them.
Yeah.
That the words love come.
And they're not just spoiled, but they also disrespect women.
Exactly.
Because they still hold the mother
against the separation.
Yes, against the separation.
That's very
You're
true.
The reason as to why.
So you're just a woman.
Yes.
I will not be loyal to you. I will not be responsible.
They're very disrespectful.
Take care of yourself. So they look at their wives as their mothers.
It's an extension.
And actually, I told it
it's
to
an extension
someone,
of yes.
I think recently, I told them that your husband does not look at you as the wife. Your husband looks at you as his mother. So you must provide.
Yeah.
You must, as in everything that the mother did for him, you must be able to do it for him.
Absolutely.
And that is where the problem comes. There has to be a rewiring of the brain for him to know that I am a husband and I am responsible for this home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it takes some women to put the tools down.
So Hilda, how would you handle that kind of situation? How would a woman, how far does she have to go with that kind of burden and with that kind of weight? Because remember the first one we dealt with? You create the awareness because now you've understood the background and blah, 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 and then you're helping your man
to become better.
How do you help a man who is being told this is the lifestyle you deserve?
Yeah.
And no one should tell you otherwise. I think Guangamba Kolumu, where a young man, married man, called the mother
and said, his mother,
and said, "Onomukazi angulira kawunga na bijanjalo."
And the mother called the daughter-in-law and was like, "Omusajja bamugulira yakanyama."
But the woman is the one who buys the food.
The woman is the one who buys
with
the
her
food.
own money.
And it was even in COVID. Omusajja bamugulira yakanyama ne bwe bakwota n'agirya yekka. Mwabalala ne bwe muli ebijanjalo.
Ng'omusajja ye talina wadde n'ekikumi kyaleeta.
Talina wadde n'ekikumi asiiba mu nju neza airtime azisaba mukazi. How do you deal with that? The thing is, it's very hard. But you have to be willing, you have to have a hard heart, number one, that yes, I admit I love this person. I would want to do the last thing to be able to help him, okay, before I go to the worst case scenario. I want to be able to help him. So now, I'm not going to become his mother. I am going to step out of the shoes of a mother. I am going to become
your wife.
Now, your wife is one that is not going to pamper you. Your wife is not going to breastfeed you. Your wife is not going to create convenience
cut the supply
for you. So I'm going to cut the supply. I'm not going to give you airtime. Figure out where you get your airtime from. And I will make sure that if I know indeed there is no money, the bare minimum of the food is available. But I'm not going to create the comfort of you having everything that you actually need. And if you add any amount of money, even if it is 500,000, can we stay in? Now, that woman has to be willing to downgrade her life to see whether there can be change. The problem is most women are not willing to downgrade their lives because they want to stay in an apartment, so they're facilitating the apartment life for a delinquished or for a, for a rascal or for a man that is not willing to step up. So he's staying in an apartment, he has the comfort. No. Let his 500,000.
So stop fueling the car.
Don't fuel. Yeah, stop fueling the car. If he wants to use borders,
don't get another loan.
No, do not.
Do
stay in a house that he can afford within his salary. Because you want to try as much to see whether good can come out of
the
this.
Future, yes, if you can address the future. If
so
you
that
can
means
be able
you
to
must be willing to cut down in order to see whether you can step up both of you. But if you still want to stay in the hyped up life, he will never change anything because you're going to create all the comfort and he will end up abusing all that comfort. And then you will end up frustrated and you will end up separating.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Cut the supply.
But for some women, they are, when you are masculine and every time you want to be the rescuer, you know now, there is no rent. He wants us to go to the house of 300,000.
It takes a loan, you pay the loan.
You pay the loan. He wants to take you to a house of 300,000. You say, I want 1 million, so I will top up the 700. And he leaves all the money to you. He will not even pay the 300,000.
You end up paying all the million.
You will end up paying all the million. Yeah. You want a school and you're like, I want my children to go to a better school. So you top up the money. He leaves all the fees to you. So it's as in you are falling into his trap. That is exactly where he wants you. And so, when you eventually get tired, he doesn't know why you got tired. Because you're the one who orchestrated all this.
So don't become his mother.
No.
Cut off all the supply.
Yeah.
Point him in the right direction. And the right direction at this point means he is the man of the house.
Yeah.
Respect him.
Yeah.
And on top of respecting him, give him the opportunity to lead the home.
Yeah.
In the best way he can.
Possible.
So risk it all, but gain it later.
To build it.
Or to build it.
Because if there's a good person inside, he will respond to the signals. He'll be like, you know what? There is this and there is this. And that means you reinforce the good behavior. How you reinforce the good behavior? When he steps up to the plate. As a woman, you also step up somewhere and show him that I'm willing for us to walk this journey. So if you've brought this, for example, and you're like, oh, we want a land, but he's been doing all his due diligence at home, then you're like, okay, whatever I've been saving from this, can we put it on the land? Now we have this. Now he's seeing that you're coming out to chip in, to actually help, and you're willing to build. But why? Because you are reinforcing the good behaviors. Yeah. This is more like a payment for what he is doing. Well. So whenever there is payment reinforcing bad behavior, it will be reinforced for the rest of his life.
Exactly. So you appreciate and you reward good behavior.
Yes.
By supporting him in back.
Yes.
By supporting him.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's.
It's a hard one, but I think it's
no, it is just like I said. All marriages are different, and different marriages are going through different fires. So in this case, and of which this particular that I've talked about is extremely common. It's too rampant. Yeah. It's almost everywhere. And then one thing that the women have done, most especially elderly women, have even worsened it. You know, when you are in your late 30s and your early 40s, it's almost impossible to find a man in your age bracket
that's going to love you,
who wants to marry you. In most cases, a man within your age bracket is looking for a young girl who is in his late 20s. Okay? So they're not willing to go for you. Why? Because at the time when he wanted you in the 20s, you were not available because he was poor.
Okay. That's a different way to look at it. I know. He couldn't afford
so
you.
he hates you for that, and he calls you old, and he calls you useless. He's not willing to be with you. Exactly. So in most cases, the lady who is in her late 30s will find herself trying to date a young man.
A younger man, yeah.
A younger man. And they think the only way they can capture them or trap them is by
providing, being a mother.
Being a mother.
And then you're mothering someone
that you call a husband.
Who has entitlement. And they end up alone. They end up still being like a sperm donor. You get children and all of a sudden, never, because they are busy everywhere chasing everything else and not chasing money. They are chasing bonyama, mujimu, and they are chasing other women who can give them money. And I hear most of these women, they change them like balls. Like an elderly woman uses you and is like, they're throwing them around as
but you know, that is serious, Hilda. Just imagine right now, you're not married to Tim, but Tim chased you, tried to get you in your late 20s, and you were like, you're not my class.
Because he was not anywhere.
You pursued your career, made a lot of money.
You even went for older men.
Of course, made money. You know, of course, older men who would provide, would match that kind of life that you wanted. And then now you're in your late 30s, and all of a sudden you realize you are lonely.
He was the right person.
You need a man, and you're like, is Tim still alone? In most cases, Tim is already married.
Yeah.
If he is not married,
he's not looking at your age.
The worst person to ever allow back is you, Hilda, because I still hold you for one thing. Where abantu wali wakabinga wali mu 20s.
It's like a payback.
It's like a payback. In most cases, Tim now in his 40s probably has some money.
Yeah.
He's looking for a young girl. You see how the cycle is as ugly as it is?
I know. Or in Siamukuba, and he totally lost it.
So, ensobi gye bakola abakyala in their late 30s and early 40s is they're looking for a young man.
Throw money at him.
Exactly.
To trap him. In search
and they
for
think
a
it's a marriage.
And
so that's why you've done your own introductions. You do your own kuchala, you do your own introduction, you do your own wedding, and they leave you in the home.
I know. So painful. So painful.
So cut off the supply.
It goes back, you cut off the supply as you pray
face
for
your
them,
nightmare. If it's
right now,
as ugly as just
if
face
it's
it the
to
way
end
it is.
now, let it end now. Instead, if he doesn't want to play into it, if he feels paying for the house in which he sleeps is a problem, then that means there is no future.
Absolutely.
If he cannot even pay school fees for his children in a simple school, whatever his salary can be able to contain, and then before you can decide and say, you know what, now kankukwatireko because omaze okulaba nti he's willing to come out. And
absolutely.
But waba yebuzabuza and his money is nowhere to be seen, then it becomes a problem. Then what are you reinforcing? There is nothing to reinforce. You're reinforcing bad manners. It's like grooming a lion that is going to eat you in due process. Yes. So if it's a lion, you make sure that you know what, no, this is actually not going to happen. Yeah. So yes, we've said don't shame them, but call out the greatness inside of them. Invite them. Do not push them away. Invite them into being the person that you want them to be. And I think that's what we've said. By doing these things, you're inviting them. You're telling them, be responsible. And
your opinion really
I will
matters.
be responsible,
you know?
Yes. Take us ahead in prayer. Provide the leadership. Tell us where we are going. Let me tell you, even if the woman is the greatest or the greatest president of the world or whatever it is, we will always count on a man's leadership, especially a woman that has been groomed well, will always count on a man's leadership. And it doesn't matter whether that man has money, whether that man is young, whether that man is what. They always want to see that someone is in the lead and someone is fearless and someone is willing to, you know, to go against anything. Then they will be able to fight together alongside with that man. So don't push him away, invite him into his role and see how far you can actually run. I think what we've been highlighting on are the struggles that women go through while trying to be the followers to men that will not step up into leadership.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've said that men don't step up into leadership because of so many different reasons. And I think you've emphasized them very well. Their upbringing, the traumas, the fear, everything. But how do you respond to that? I think we have also highlighted on that. But I think prayer is so crucial. Because God will give you the stillness where you need the stillness. He will not let you rush where you don't need to rush. Because we have ended up rushing. We feel like we are being chased. We have something to prove. You have nothing to prove to anyone. We are not in marriages to compare what marriage is doing better and what marriage is not doing better. And in this era, you can never even tell which marriage is doing better because everyone on social media is putting up the best front. Yeah. So I don't want you to be sidetracked. Do not be distracted by what is happening in other marriages. Do you know that people are sidetracked and distracted? Absolutely. That they don't even feel comfortable sitting in their homes. Every time they're thinking, can I get another best sofa, another, can I get another? And it's not coming out of a clean heart. It's just coming out of comparison. You know, the other man is doing this, why isn't mine doing this? All men are different. All women are different. Now, this is your man. They are under your cover. Yeah. This is your woman, she's under your cover. Can you be able to be present? Yeah? Present, not proximity. You can stay in the same house, but when you're not present, can you be present to understand what are they struggling with and how you can be able to support them in being the best spouse and best partner that they can be.
Absolutely. And to the men out there, thank you so much for the response. I would want to make this as a kalangu. The men that are responding to the call of leadership, thank you. To the men that know that you're still struggling in the line of leadership, we fully understand. Inspire Men Initiative is one of the platforms that we have created to help address issues that are really pertinent to us as men, issues that we know we can't handle singly, or issues that you cannot handle in isolation, because you need a bit of collaboration. You need to learn from another man. You need to listen to another man and get some experience. You need an accountability partner. I invite you. The numbers are on the screen. Call us or send us a text and we will be more than willing to work with you. This year we're buying land as men, and we're really excited for the land. We embarked on a journey of raising $1 billion shillings to buy quite a number of acres and share them as men. And men have done so well in doing this. I encourage you, if you're watching this program and you're a man, please, the numbers are on the screen. Pick out those numbers, send us a text and join us. It's not too late. And let's help each other become something in this world. Remember that a man is a door, and a door gives or provides access. So be the man to lend a hand to another man. Be the man to take leadership in another man's life. Be a man that will help another man. We believe in not leaving any man behind. Thank you.
Okay, we love you.